Hey YouTube, it's your girl Javina Love back with another video. Welcome back, welcome back. How are you doing, my busy bee? Staying busy, I hope. Keeping it sexy. Always. We trying, darling. Always. And today's 12 Days of Lashes, I figure I would honor those with beautiful lashes. You guys who have natural, beautiful lashes, we're going to do a natural lash. And I'm going to make my pitiful lashes Baba Boom lashes by using a couple of different mascaras that I find to be very volumizing and helpful. Other than that, let's get started. I'm just going to jump on in. How have you guys been? Honestly, tell me about it in the description box. Let me live vicariously through you. Because my life is super califragilisticexpialidociously boring. Okay? And I like it that way. But sometimes, just sometimes, I like to go off topic and do something else, you know? So let me know, what y'all doing. Because I want to know. I'm nosy like that, Just a little bit. Just a little bit nosy like that. But today's look is going to be a little neutral, little grungy, very shimmery. I don't know exactly where I'm going with it. But that is what we do. We don't care where we're going, just as long as we're going and doing it, right? So I'm going to start out with a nice dark brown that's not really too dark, but dark enough to get your attention. And I think that will help make these colors kind of pop. And then we'll go with a more shimmery eye. So I'm going to do this all over and blend it up and out. Because I want it kind of grungy. I want it kind of urban underground, kind of, call to order type, grunge. I don't know why. I just feel that way. I just feel like rock on grungy, And this is just my interpretation of it because I lived very sheltered, as I told you guys, So my little interpretation of grunge could be way different than your interpretation of grunge. Every makeup is just interpreted differently for everyone, honestly. So that is the wonderful world of it. But yes, me on the other hand, I'm very, 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 very boring, darling. Very boring. I like it that way. I don't know. I always have been. My dad asked me about it just the other day. He says, do you still consider yourself boring? And I was like, yeah. He's like, but you always out there doing exciting stuff. You're on YouTube. And I'm like, Dad, just because I'm on YouTube doesn't mean it's an exciting life. I'm no Nikki Tutorial. I'm no Jeffree Star. But I am funny. I am very funny. And I at least try to be funny. So he was like, okay, that's a start. So stop considering yourself boring. I still can't consider myself not boring. I really can't. Okay, so I have this black eyeshadow stick from Wet n Wild. And I wanted to give it a go so that my lid has a tacky base, but not adding too much concealer. And I want to smudge it out. That I do remember about my teenage years. I told him about me being a teenager. I remember being very smudgy with my eyeshadow, and he used to tell me how it wasn't approved, but I was able to rock them on, after school, not during school. And I said, why? Makeup's not a distraction from school. I used to always think that. Why couldn't I just be like my friends and put on more colored lip glosses and things like that, during school? Why do I have to wait until after school when nobody's going to see me? And, well, and I didn't even have any pictures, which kind of upset me. I was like, I don't have any pictures to show you guys my grungy look days, except for when I was an adult. Because I still rocked out as an adult. I love, 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 like, just looking at me, you guys wouldn't know that your girl is a big, should I say it? Deftones fan. Oh yeah. Huge Deftones fan. Like, I've got posters, I've got pictures, I've got apparel that I've had made. I love, love, love the Deftones. I just don't know what it is about me and that band. I love Skrillet. I'm a little country, I'm a little rock and roll. I'm all that. Ooh, look at that. That's what I wanted to happen. I wanted it to be a big old pop, and I'm being messy because we can always clean up afterwards since I'm doing a natural lash. But look at that. This is a Profusion palette that I snagged at a Walgreens. OMG, the shadow is spreading like butter across my eyes. Y'all seen that in real time. Like, whoa. As the kids say, you know. I don't know why my son says that too. He's like, Mom, it's like whoa. I was like, what's whoa? You know? It's like trying to bring fetch back. Nobody's fetching anything, you know. That's fetch. No, no, no. Some things need to die from the 90s and the 80s. And 2000, whoa, needs to go. Because, I mean, I can understand some of it. Maybe I've done it once or twice where I'm like, I go to a drag show or something, and I'll be like, he's hot, like, whoa, you know, you're hot, you know, and makeup, because I love a good androgynous man. I love a good androgynous man. I mean, it's not to say that they're not all good. I'm just saying, those who really are into their arts of it, I find them to be just whoa. So I guess whoa is going to be a thing, but fetch has got to go. And there was another word that I remember that had to go. I was like, has to go. But yes, I have to keep my shape of my eye the way I like it. That way it looks like I'm actually awake. Because if not, I swear to God, it looks like I'm asleep. You guys, I swear. So we're going to brighten up under the brow bone with this other shimmery shade. Ooh, she's pretty. I'm going to show you this palette. This one actually, the shimmers compared to the other one, and in fact I only used a couple of shimmers from the other one, but this one, for $6? This is so good. I used this one, and this one. These two, and then this is all over the eyes. So I feel like it's not dark enough. That's the darkest color they had in the palette. Maybe I should get another palette that's darker, but I just, no, I like it like this. And we're going to just drag that brown under the eye. Kind of messy, so I can clean it up afterwards, but I want it to be very there. You guys have any funny antic stories about your childhood? Did you remember? Have you told your children? Because my children, I tell them the funny ones. And I tell them the bad ones. I tell them, you know, the first time I ever snuck out of my window. And how that went down. Woo, that was bad. That was bad. Because I fell out the window. I'm on the first floor. I mean, it's not like it was a two-story house, but I'm not that dumb. And I wasn't that brave. And I'm scared of heights. So, and I had, at the time, I was a bad girl when it came to that much. my friends wanted to get together, and I was just like, definitely, let's get together. You know, you got that whole let's get together, yeah, yeah, yeah. I could not help myself. So I was like, let's get together. Let's hang out at the park, you know, where we lived at. It was a whole community, and we had our own little playground. We had our own little park. So it was cool to hang out at the park at dark. It was safe. We had security. Whoa. Like, whoa. And so my parents weren't really tripping on that, but they were tripping on the fact that, you know, there was boys there. And that was not appropriate. So I couldn't just walk out the front door and be like, yeah, I'm going to the park with my friends, go hang out at sundown. We're going to watch the sun down, you know, the sun go down. And not, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have a bad habit where I just can't lie. So don't ask me. I can keep a secret, but I can't lie. So when my parents be like, so who's going to be there? I'm going to name off everybody who's going to be there. Everybody. And I'm going to tell my parents everything. I didn't learn until later on that you could leave some things out. Your parents didn't have to know everything, but they needed to know enough to make sure that I was safe. And that was their point. And so I made sure to keep that honesty with them so I wouldn't get in trouble. But that night, everybody knew. And I was in big trouble because I hit the floor like a ton of bricks. Boom! Out the window. They moved outside my window I used to have a planter pot of like rocks and different little cute seashells that, you know, whatever I collected from when we would go to the beaches and stuff. And it was decorative. And it goes out, my window went out to the backyard. And we had this big old giant pit bull back there who did not like me because I was a girl. And she was a girl. And she was jealous and ornery. She only liked my dad. And so that bitch totally snitched me out when I hit the floor. Plus I hollered. I'm not gonna lie, I hollered. I broke my big toe, my little toe. It was all bad. You know, your girl was just like, oh, daddy. You know, because I was a big daddy's girl. So it's like, oh, daddy, I broke this and it hurts here. And he's like, well, what were you doing and why were you doing it? And, of course, I didn't lie. I was like, I jumped out the window to go hang with my friends. And he's like, well, where are your friends at now? They're hiding on the side of the garage, you know. And he's like, mm-hmm. So calls us all out, lines us all up, snitches us all out. You know, we're not supposed to be out there this late at night. It was terrible. It was terrible. So the first layer of mascara I'm going to put on to make these lashes extend is from Ulta. And it's got I love the wand, which helps me get all my pitiful lashes together. And I want to show you one eye without the mascara and one eye with the mascara to make sure that you can see the volumizing of it. And we're going to put a couple coats of the Ulta. And I do it on the inside underneath of my lash, you know, the top part of the lash, and then I do it on the outside of the lash. A lot of people forget that part. You do have, two sides of lashes. Ooh. My problem is I can't stop from blinking. But, yeah, your girl could not, it's not that I didn't have a lot of friends, I had a lot of friends. And I had the cool mom, the party mom, because she would, we would get to have a lot of slumber parties or whatever. And she would make us a lot of great snacks and things like that. But when it came to, like, mischievously hanging out with your friends, look at that. and doing those things, my friends would never tell me because I would be the first one to tell my mom that we were doing it, or my dad that we were doing it. So, and if it was something that their parents told us that we weren't allowed to do, or my parents said we weren't allowed to do, and we all lived in that small community of condos, we were all grounded at the same time. So it just helped out that way. So once you got off being grounded, I hope and prayed a lot of times that I wouldn't get a day or two more than some of my friends. But if I was the ringleader, because of course my bright idea is let's go to the movies, and then there'll be one friend that says, I'm gonna invite my boyfriend, and then we're gonna movie hop. So that means you're stealing from the movie theater by jumping in and out of theater and watching more movies than what you paid for. And I would be the first one to be like, well, we're going to hang out a little longer, and we're going to watch a couple other movies, we're going to movie hop. And my dad's like, oh, no, you're not. You'll hop your butt right out that movie theater door and bring yourself to this car. They can hop, they can get caught, they can get in trouble, but you are going home. So, I should have had a permanent P on my shirt for being punished, you know. You know, you see that? How nice that looks. And this is the Chic Cosmetics now. This is its wand. It's got a great wand that you can... A lot of people don't like these kinds of wands, but I do like that this has that ripple funnel effect to give you more lashes. There you go, my beautiful natural lash queens. Couple of coats. Sure enough, there's a couple of lumps, but those are easy fixes. You know, save a couple of these extra ones, your old ones that you don't use anymore, and I just go over it and comb it out while it's still moist. And sometimes you can take a little setting spray if it gets a little too sticky and dry and you see the clumps. Take a little setting spray to your brush and it'll moisten it back up, and that way you can comb through it a lot easier and separate the lashes. And then you see no mascara with mascara. Yeah, your girl, I tried so hard to be bad, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I had to go to church every Sunday, well, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, because I had choir rehearsal, Bible study, and I was very, very, very close to the pastor. A couple of pastors of my church when they would go through, and their wives, because I was just a big grandparent lover, so of course my grandfather would take me with him on his trips to the sick and the shut-in, to the hospitals, and I would do their hair, you know, while we would talk and give them what they missed. You know, we had them on audio tapes and pamphlets, pray with them, give you communion, and he always brought me with him. And then once I got too old to be cute anymore, I started sending my daughter. I was like, you can go. I gotta stay home and cook with grandma. You can go to the sick and the shut-in, to the hospital. She didn't do hair or nothing. She would just play with her video game, handheld video game, and just keep them company and keep an eye on them, because, you know, if you're a man, my grandfather's a deacon of the church, and when you're a man, you gotta bring a female companion when you visit females. So if you couldn't get a deaconess to come with you, the easiest way was to bring your granddaughter with you. And that way there would never be any, you know, it was just a requirement that the hospital would require it to be, I guess, a safety, and the church figured it was a safe thing too. And I found that to be, you know, it was okay. Because my deacon would come see me in the hospital with his wife or his daughter. I lived in the hospital. I have to tell y'all story times about that, how many hospital trips I have had. Excuse me, I was a very sick baby. until even now into my adulthood. So I spent a lot of time in the hospital. But yeah, your girl couldn't keep a secret on herself. I snitched myself out every time. But I could hold your secrets to my grave. That's the Virgo in me. I will hold your secret to my grave. Nobody can get it out of me. But I told on myself on a daily basis. I stayed punished. Permanently punished. But there we go. Natural lash day. So lash of the day, natural. Sorry, I'm starting to tear up, remembering my past. And that'll be all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. I adore you. And if this is one of your first videos popping by, hey, I'm your girl Javina. And I love to love everything. And you'll know more about me. Just stop on by and join the family. You're more than welcome to. Grab a seat, grab a drink. I'm going to make you laugh. I'm going to make you cry. I'm going to spill some tea sometimes. And it's mostly all myself. And until then, I'll see you all later. I see you, sis. Love you. Bye.